Hello.
This is our beast companion. What's her name?
Noah.
So what's her beast skills in D&D?
I would say she has great sense of knowing when someone's not feeling well. And she's a kissy monster. And an affection whore.
So hey guys, it's Beaky here. How are you guys doing? And let's talk about Critical Role, Episode 1 of Campaign 3, the characters, the looks, the design, the stats, and the dynamics, and how all these new characters are going to blend together. So I'll be showing some pictures in between of us, how these new characters look, their stat blocks, and we're going to go over them one by one, the way that they were introduced. I am here with my girlfriend,
Jack.
So let's get into it. So the first person they showcased into this new campaign was Immigrant by Laura Bailey.
Well, they pronounce that as Imogen.
Imogen, sorry. Did I say immigrant? Sorry about that. Say it again?
Imogen.
Imogen. I'm so bad with names.
How about I say some of the names going forward to make it
Okay,
easier?
you can say your name. So let's start off with the look of this character if you want to describe her a little bit here.
So, I'm going to make a quick comparison. He didn't see it. I saw it. If some of you guys saw Alexandria Unlimited, the technically show before this.
The pre-campaign, you could say.
Yeah. Opal, the way she was human with the purple hair. I think Laura got inspired by the design of the character. Because this character has beautiful purple long hair. And then she's got this blue long dress shirt, almost like a dress shirt turned into a long dress, and then a vest on top with a yellow necktie that she marked off, which was the hair color and the yellow necktie.
That necktie definitely is the most standout thing compared to her rest of her clothes. Like, I don't agree with my girlfriend about the opal comparisons, but I
felt the vibe, like a little like a homage to it. I would say that
might be true. It's just I didn't say. But you noticed something, that if you were not watching Twitter and only watched the stream and didn't see the full character design that you guys are seeing right here, you saw something on the arm.
Yeah, if you guys look closer of the photo on her hand, there's actually almost as if someone cut lines of purple lightning into it. And I want to say the outfit has an Indiana Jones vibe, like old school Indiana Jones vibe.
Yes, that definitely is true. And because she pointed out the purple coming from Laura's new character's arms.
From the part of here to the hand.
Which, it makes me very more interested in her story and why she is playing the way she is, which we'll get into more when we talk about...
Well, the factor is not a major... spoilers, she's interested in understanding magic, so I wonder if their dire need to understand about magic and learn more about it
is connected to that.
Yeah.
So let's go into her class. So Laura, as you guys will see right over here, is now playing a sorcerer. What did she play in the other campaigns, babe?
She was as Vexalia, a ranger rogue.
Yeah, she didn't get to rogue though, I think, till higher levels, like her brother. Later.
And
campaign 2, a jester
as a cleric. But the funny thing, I forget whether, I think it was in one of the Critical Role books, one of the 2 books I have, dealing around campaign 1 and 2. Laura wanted to be a warlock, but because her husband Travis called dibs on it first, she wanted to use her deity, which we know as a traveler, which you find out later who he really is, which is connected to campaign 1. She wanted to do a warlock, but she couldn't do it, so I honestly thought she was going to do a warlock this campaign because she expressed interest, but she's doing a sorcerer.
But it definitely does not seem like the standard issue sorcerer, because if, as we're talking about the skills of this character, like you were just mentioning, the magic, she seems to have some very interesting mind abilities. We know that she has detect thoughts as a cast, but then some other weirder version of it,
which I remember playing for one of my characters for his campaign, telepathy. So it seems she might have, because I know usually at level 3 you can pick a feat.
Well, she is human, so if she started as a alternate type of human, she could have took a feat to get something like that.
But usually
it's level 4. It's actually level 4.
Oh,
she's level 4 for feats. Unless something has changed recently, it's level 4 you usually get feet. Because level 3 you get your
special class
abilities for something. So as a sorcerer, we have the stats right here, babe. So we can just click over there. So our health is standing out at 19, which is decent enough for a ranged character. Armor class is 13, which makes me think leather armor or mage armor.
Sometimes magic classes are a bit squishy.
Yeah, so maybe she's rocking mage armor. We're not too sure about this. We have 8 on strength, so she's not going to be doing that great on athletics, I'm thinking.
No.
Intelligence?
11.
Decent, right? Dex, 15.
Yeah. Wisdom, 13.
Which is going to be bad for those perception checks and those wisdom saves to get dominated.
Well, like I said, you can always buy if they level up to 14, you can make your feat where your wisdom gets higher.
Yeah.
Besides dumping 2 points into wisdom.
And we have con is 14, which is definitely okay for a sorcerer. And then the big stat right here, charisma 18. Which you need for a sorcerer.
Actually, I know Warlock uses charisma as well. And I think a bard too.
Yeah, so you'll see that in this campaign. There's a lot of charisma-based casters in this, which I find very interesting. So she's probably going to be very good at persuasion, which is very jester-like from last campaign. And she's going to be good at those speaking roles if she went with that, maybe intimidation.
So the funny thing about this character, when she played Vaxalia, she played this confident, regal woman. Jester was her wild child, but if you ever watch campaign 1, she supposedly did a side campaign one-shot where she actually had a pre-Jester used and she played it. So then I guess she modified the Jester from there to play as Jester in campaign 2. Yeah. Which was more like her crazy child self of what she couldn't do. And this one's playing more to, from what I remember of what, I haven't read all the between the 2 books of the Critical Role about the staff and stuff, but supposedly when Laura was younger, she was a bit of the shy, reserved. So
this might be a little bit easier for her to play from her own past. I'm just wondering.
Yeah. From one person I had talked to, I'm going off the beat here, but for someone else who I've seen do D&D campaigns, but for different Twitch channels. Yeah. I actually asked her, because it was like she was doing 5 different D&D games within the week for different channels. I'm like, how do you keep those characters straight? Together. She goes, oh, it's actually a little portion of me in this and this and this, so it makes it easier. So that I've seen in sometimes some authors for books or for mangas, where they give a little portion of their personality into the character as a base and then grow it from there.
Yeah, and I mean, this is where we ended out with basically mood, and like Jack's saying, like, this is such a different departure from Jester. It's unbelievable. Yes, for us, when we're making this video right now, we've only seen 1 episode, but this character is a lot more reserved and not more as...
And technically using her hair, as she's talked about, to kind of hide herself. Yeah. Which, you know, some girls, when they're shy and they have really long hair, will kind of do the hide behind the hair shindig.
Yeah, so we're definitely going to be talking more about Laura Bailey as we come up with the other characters. But right now, I say she's going to be an interesting fit into the party, as so far she seems like the most reserved, hold-back character compared to some of the more funnier.
But it's weird, as reserved and hold-back she is.
So far.
Compared to her companion, which we're going to get to in a second, which is interesting compared to campaign 2. Everyone has like a buddy, pretty much, all except for one person. Yeah. That say like how they knew someone
before. If you watch campaign 2, there's most people know that's a big one. Like Liam and Sam started out together.
And then you would say Laura and Travis for their character, and then Marisha's character joined along, and then you had Ashley and Talisman
character. So they did that again this time, but just changing it up because Alexandria Limited, as we will talk about with the other characters, got involved. But just because I don't want to make this video too long, baby, we'll separate these out. Just in general, do you think that she's going to be a nice addition and change for what she's done in the past?
I think what's going to be more interesting is seeing like how she's somewhat reserved, but at the same time, compared to her companion, which will reveal, it's like, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It's like, usually someone who's quite reserved, it seems to be someone who is somewhat sheltered and is not used to certain things. This is more...
And we got a little interrupted by the phone call, but my oh well, she is reserved, but she seems determined. She's looking to get some information, and I like to see that a reserved character still is determined to try to accomplish her goal, and I can't wait to see more of that.
I kind of like it's contradicting. It's like two different types of personality
mixed together.
And I think as the crew has started to flesh out the characters they've made a little bit more, where one had one set type of personality for campaign 1, like that was the base, let me say the base that drove the character. Campaign 2, it was one main one and a slightly something else that came about later on. Here it seems like there's 2 personality types coming out, or like what you would say, like for him, I would say he's very caring and he is passionate about things. If I had to say, like, pick 2 things out about him for his personality.
I'm very determined about certain things, and certain little things annoy me.
That's why I said passionate.
Yep. Yeah, that could be annoying about it. But thank you guys for watching. We'll be coming out with videos with, of course, Sam Riegel, Travis, William, everybody else in the cast. As these videos can get long because, honestly, I thought this was going to be quick. But she knows a lot more information because she read about the books than me. So her insight on this is a little bit more interesting than for me. Our Beast Companion is going to go take us away. And we'll be back with the other video soon. So stay tuned to see what Laura, Travis, and all the rest of the cast and what we think about their character design, their stats starting out at level 3, and more. Till next time, guys, peace. And don't forget, guys, at the end of these videos, sometimes I'll add a little cute kitten video because I did get a new kitten, and I feel like sharing that with you guys.
And unfortunately, my cat doesn't like the kitten.
I love you, though.
I know.
And I like the kitten. Bye, guys. You want to play Diablo? Not a couch co-op game because, of course, Blizzard, seeing how great and popular couch co-op was and offline co-op was for Diablo 3, while they were doing the remake for this, they just said, like, you know what, we gotta be so faithful to the original. We have to make it just like the original, so we're not gonna improve it.